Everyone, today I'm going to be introducing you to Kimberly. Kimberly is in the education world, but I'll let her explain what she does with education. You probably can see her background a little bit, so maybe you can figure out something. But Kimberly, kind of give you an introduction. What you used to do before to what do you do now?
Oh, what did I used to do? Well, hi, Roger. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me on and giving me the space. I really appreciate being able to talk to you and to your audience, whoever might happen to see this. In terms of what I used to do before, I mean, I was kind of a not a jack of all trades, I guess, but like a jackstress of all trades, if that's a word. Um, so I actually used to work at McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's for like 8.5 years while I was putting myself through school. That was my thing before I got into what I do now as my business. If I had to put a tone on it or like a theme to it. Yeah, I was just working. I worked at McDonald's. I worked at Oxford Learning Center, and I worked at a gym as well at Good Life.
Hmm.
And so that was what I did before I got into the education world. I kind of went straight from teachers college and jumped straight into running a business very shortly after that, running my business very shortly after that, simply because plans kind of changed. I graduated teachers college in April of 2020. And so the world at that point was very uncertain. And here I was sitting with 2 degrees that I had paid significant amount of money for to be able to do, and I didn't quite know what I was going to do with myself. So, so in terms of the times, that kind of led me to having to choose to move outwards into a different arena or a different area or a different arena than I thought. Obviously, I still wanted to stick with education, so the business kind of happened. I honestly never intended on running it as a business, but my boyfriend at the time, who's actually now my husband, said to me, why don't you open up your own business? He said, you already are good at teaching. You're already great at, what you do. Let me help you with the business side of things, and we'll get things rolling. And so that's kind of how the business came to be. I went straight from being in school to running a business.
Gotcha. You want to get into a little bit of the business actually, a little bit before we get into the next question?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, for sure. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to do the whole nitty gritty thing. Yeah. So in terms of the business, like in terms of what services we offer, so it started out as tutoring, because I started it I mean, I have been teaching now for, gosh, it's been 11 years I've been teaching, because I've always, since I was 18 and in teachers college and university, I've always done tutoring on the side. I've always been teaching on the side. And then obviously when I got into teachers college, I was actually teaching as a teacher. Um, and so I've been in education for 11 years now. I've been in that space. And so in terms of the business, it started as tutoring, because that's what I was comfortable with. That's what I knew. That's what I had been doing. And that's where I really saw my field going. So it was probably about January. It was January of 2021 when everything got underway with the business. And for quite some time, I'd say probably about a year or so, it was just tutoring. It was just straight tutoring services, and it was just me. And then in March of 2022, so you're looking at about a year and about 16 months of me just being by myself. My husband actually suggested, you're going to need. I found myself getting too busy. I found myself getting to the point where I couldn't take on any other students for tutoring. And so my husband suggested finding other people. I was very against the idea at first because I didn't want to deal with other people. I just wanted to run my own show, and that was going to be that. But backing up a little bit, like probably in November of 2021, so in March of 2022, this was going on about 6 months, I'd had quite a few people at that point that had inquired about homeschooling services. Because of the fact that I went through teachers college to be a licensed teacher, so I'm familiar with the curriculum. Like that's literally all teachers college is familiarizing yourself with the administration, the curriculum, like how to be a teacher in a public school. That's what the teachers college license is for. And so me having that license, many people had started to come to ask me about homeschooling services because they weren't quite sure. A large concern I've come to discover with homeschooling parents is their concern for their kids being academically on par. And so that's the point where I was like, oh, okay, like this could be something that we do as a homeschooling service. So we are actually one of the big things that started last year is continuing to this year with myself and the other teachers that I have with me for support. We're actually running our first homeschooling program this year. So I'm super excited about that. That's been a really great adventure. We do still offer offers tutoring services. Obviously, that's never going to be going away. That will always be something we offer. But moving more into the homeschooling space, this past year and then this upcoming year in 2023 and 2024 has been really good for personal growth and for business growth, because I believe it's something that's necessary going into the future.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, then we'll jump into the next question, basically. Yeah, I mean, that already probably gave a hint to whoever is listening, but yeah, I guess get into the next question of, hey, who can you help and who would you like to connect, with what you're doing?
Yeah, so okay, so I mean, now that I've explained a little bit about the business and about my business and what we do, I mean, who can I help? It's who can we help? Obviously, that's children and parents really who are in the who are either in the public education system and looking for tutoring services, whether a parent has a child who's behind or who when they want to that catch them up, whether a parent has a child who is just average and performing on par and they want them to go further, they want to push them because they know they're capable of more. We do also cater to students who are gifted and who are beyond their grade level. One of the very strong disadvantages of public school is that you're put in a grade with children based on your age, not based on your experience. So we have quite a few gifted children that we help in the tutoring sector as well. So parents who have children, really, if you're a parent who is concerned about your child's educational well-being and you want to give them a leg up, those are parents that we can help. In terms of being connected with people, I love being connected with people who are in the alternative space, particularly the alternative health space. I like to be connected with business professionals, whether they have children or not, because I believe it's important to support businesses that are run by professional people and professional individuals.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right. So yeah, I'll be posting her link. So if you're, looking to either homeschool or get additional tutoring help, obviously reach out to Kimberly and see if she can help. And like you said, maybe if you're a business owner and all, maybe there's some synergies. You guys would potentially be referrals for each other. That also obviously reach out to her. All right, awesome, Kimberly. So I guess, based on what you're doing, I'm assuming you're enjoying it a lot. So what inspires you to get up and do what you do every day?
Oh, that's a good question. Yes, I do enjoy what I do. Other people hate Monday. Funny, we're recording this on a Monday.
Right.
A great sort of opportunity to make sure that the week starts off on the right foot. Now it may not always, but I'm a big believer in, life is, my parents always told me, life is 90% what happened, or 90%, 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Yeah. So taking your Mondays in that perspective, I think that's a really good thing to keep in mind. In terms of what inspires me to get up every day, it's to just do a better job. My motto this year is kind of do better, know better, and be better. Right. I am always looking to improve on everything. I'm trying to, I always try to have a growth mindset with things, while maintaining, respectful personal boundaries and things like that. There's a difference between lines in the sand and lines in the concrete. I think it's really important to understand the difference. And so in terms of, what inspires me to get up every day and do things, I just want to do better. I believe that in this world right now deserve better than the public education system is giving them. And it is my mission to make sure that I can help as many students as I can, as many kids as I can, and realistically, as many families as I can. because when you help the child, you help the whole family.
Yeah, got you. No, that's a great point, obviously very inspiring. So awesome. All right. You mentioned about mindset. So I guess, talking about that, what's one tip you can share? It could be mindset, it could be business wise, could be personal growth wise, whatever that case is, that has helped you, that can help others.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think it's really important to maintain the mindset of what value you can bring to people. I really think that it's important to make sure that you're always adding value to people, and not taking away. I think that that's a super important skill to be able to have. And that's how people remember you, right? And realistically, if everybody did that, or if the majority of people did, I think that's the idea, right? Behind like life. It's the idea behind life is not just to coast through it, right?
Right.
You don't just like, you're not just born and then you just like, you're born to do more than pay bills and die,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I just try to live that on a regular basis, because I think that that is something that is important to keep in mind.
Gotcha.
By all means, I'm not saying don't take vacation, enjoy your life 100%. But what is your purpose while you're here as well? How are you positively affecting other people?
Awesome tip. Yeah, bringing value to people, always looking to do that. Any relationship that'll always enhance, both parties. Great tip, Kimberly. Awesome. So again, like I said, I'll be posting her links. So reach out to her, if especially tutoring wise, if you're looking to homeschool. I mean, at one point I was, but my kids are grown now. But yeah, if you're maybe reach out to her. She can help you with that. Right? You need help. Everybody needs help. So thanks again, Kimberly, for taking the time. And
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.